Could you fuck him
Oh,
up?
I'm so fucking easy.
Hey, have you heard the latest drama with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? It's wild, man. So apparently there was this crazy incident where Jake Paul allegedly got attacked by Mike Tyson. I'm telling you, the boxing world is buzzing with this rumor. Word on the street is that Jake and Mike had some kind of heated exchange that supposedly turned physical. Now, I wasn't there, so I can't say for sure what went down, but people are talking about it like it was intense. Supposedly, Tyson lost his cool and went after Jake. Can you imagine being on the receiving end of Iron Mike's fury? Scary stuff.
Are there any concerns on your part?
I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about numbers. I just know what I can do.
How about
Kill this mother.
He hasn't done that tonight. I wonder if that's a change of plan. Everybody predicts a great future. If they can find some fights.
But here's where it gets even more interesting. After this alleged altercation, Mike Tyson apparently issued what some are calling a final warning to Jake Paul. Now, we don't know exactly what was said, but insiders are hinting that Tyson made it clear he's not playing around anymore.
You know, it was okay, but you don't know what you got in store, baby. You got to face the God of War. Get ready, baby. Fire in the house.
You know how Jake's been stirring up drama in the boxing world, right? Well, it seems like he might have finally pushed Tyson too far. People close to the situation are saying Tyson's warning was dead serious. Like, cross this line again and there will be consequences kind of serious. Now let's back up a bit and look at how we got here. Jake Paul's been making waves in boxing for a while now, calling out veterans and stirring up controversy left and right. He's got this way of getting under people's skin, you know?
Thank you.
Right here, please.
Yo.
What's up? You want to run a tour one night?
Absolutely.
You want to run a tour one night?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Get the paperwork for this ball.
Get Al Haymon.
Absolutely. I don't need Al Haymon.
Let me call
I'm my own boss.
one night. Got your hat. Got your hat.
And apparently he's been poking the bear with Tyson for a while. There were rumors floating around that Jake had been trash-talking Tyson in private behind-the-scenes conversations. You know how Jake is, always trying to hype himself up and make headlines. Well, it looks like those comments might have finally made their way back to Tyson. Sources close to Tyson are saying he was already annoyed with Jake's antics in the boxing world. You've got to remember, Tyson's old school. He came up in an era where respect meant everything in boxing.
I commend Tyson because he's one of the guys that paved the way for me to be where I'm at. You know, he's a legendary champion.
It's supposed to fight like 5 morning in Moscow time. And I told my father, please, can you make me wake up? I really want to watch this fight. Me and my father, we watch your fight, but you make me a little bit upset because you knock him out in first round. I was waiting for this. I was waiting for this all.
And Jake? Well, let's just say respect isn't exactly his strong suit. So when Tyson supposedly heard about Jake running his mouth, it was like the final straw. People are saying Tyson felt like Jake was disrespecting not just him, but the whole sport of boxing. And you know, Mike, he's not exactly known for keeping his cool when he feels disrespected. Now, here's where things allegedly got physical. The story goes that Tyson and Jake crossed paths at some event. Details are fuzzy, but apparently words were exchanged. And then boom, Tyson supposedly lost it and went after Jake. People who claim they saw it go down are saying Jake looked genuinely scared. And honestly, who wouldn't be? We're talking about Mike Tyson here.
Do you really think that you're going to beat Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
It's a red light,
It's
brother.
gonna be tough.
The guy who used to knock out professional heavyweights like it was nothing. Now, some folks are saying Jake tried to stand his ground at first. You know how he is, always trying to look tough. But apparently, when he realized Tyson wasn't playing around, that bravado disappeared real quick. The exact details of what happened next are a bit murky. Some people are saying security had to step in to separate them. Others are claiming Jake backed off on his own. Either way, it sounds like it was a close call. But here's the thing. It's not just about that one incident. The real story is what allegedly happened afterwards. That's when Tyson supposedly delivered his final warning to Jake.
Listen, I seen a YouTube of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting. This guy's going to come, he's going to try to hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's going to be greatly mistaken.
Different date, same fate. I'm going to knock out Jake Paul.
Now, we don't know exactly what was said, but people close to the situation are hinting that it was intense, like the kind of warning that makes you rethink your whole life choices, you know? Supposedly, Tyson made it clear that he's done with Jake's antics. No more trash talk, no more disrespect, no more using Tyson's name for clout. The message was apparently crystal clear. Cross this line again, and there will be serious consequences. And let's be real. When Mike Tyson warns you about consequences, you listen. This is a guy who's known for his intensity both in and out of the ring.
Put your mother in the straight jacket, you punk white boy. Come in and tell me that if I you in your punk white boy. You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your on alive. You hoe. Come and say in my face for everybody. Come on, you're scared coward. You're not man enough to me. You can't last 2 minutes in my world. Look at you scared now, you hoe. Scared like a little white. Scared of the real man. So you love me, faggot.
He's not someone you want to mess with. Some people are saying Jake looked genuinely shaken after this warning. And honestly, can you blame him? It's one thing to talk trash on social media or in interviews. It's a whole other thing to face the wrath of Mike Tyson in person. Now here's where it gets interesting. Since this alleged incident, Jake's been uncharacteristically quiet on social media. No trash talk, no call-outs, nothing. It's like he's gone radio silent. People are speculating that Tyson's warning really got to him. Maybe for the first time, Jake realized he might be in over his head. It's one thing to beef with other YouTubers or even pro boxers, but Mike Tyson? That's a different league entirely. Some insiders are saying Jake's team is in full damage control mode. They're supposedly trying to smooth things over with Tyson's camp, maybe even arrange some kind of public reconciliation. But here's the thing, Tyson's not known for forgive and forget.
Bro, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson trying to get us some shroom.
If he really did issue this warning, it's not something he's likely to back down from easily. This could have some serious long-term implications for Jake's boxing career. Think about it. Tyson's still a huge name in boxing. He's got connections, influence, respect. If he decides Jake's bad for the sport, it could make things a lot harder for Jake moving forward. Now, some people are saying this whole thing could actually be good for Jake in the long run. Maybe it's the wake-up call he needed, you know? A reality check to remind him that there are some lines you just don't cross in this sport, but others are worried this could be the beginning of the end for Jake's boxing career. If other veterans start following Tyson's lead and turning against Jake, it could seriously limit his options for future fights. And let's not forget the impact on Jake's image. He's built this whole persona around being fearless, always ready to take on anyone.
What the f is up, you Irish cunt? Good morning, Conor McGregor. I know you're probably beating up old dudes in a bar right now, or maybe you're jacking off because you're sick of fucking your wife. I mean, she's a 4, Conor. You could do a lot better, but happy Monday. My team sent you a $50 million offer this morning. $50 million cash, proof of funds, the biggest fight offer you've ever been offered, but you're scared to fight me, Conor. You're ducking me because you don't want to lose to a YouTuber.
But if word gets out that he backed down from Tyson, it could seriously damage that tough guy image he's been cultivating. Now, some people are questioning whether this whole thing is just a publicity stunt. You know how it is in the boxing world. Sometimes these beefs are manufactured to drum up interest in potential fights. But most insiders are saying this seems too real to be fake. The emotions involved, the intensity of the alleged confrontation. It doesn't feel like something that was staged for the cameras. Plus, think about it. Why would Tyson agree to something like this? He's Mike Tyson. He doesn't need the publicity. And he's always been about keeping it real in boxing. Getting involved in some fake beef with a YouTuber? That's not really his style. So, what does this mean for the future? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Some people are speculating that this could lead to an actual fight between Tyson and Jake. Can you imagine? That would be huge.
Listen, will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
Hey, I will do just that for you. Listen, I seen a YouTube of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting. This guy's going to come, he's going to try to hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's going to be greatly mistaken.
But others are saying there's no way Tyson would give Jake that kind of platform. The warning was supposedly about putting Jake in his place, not elevating him to Tyson's level. There's also talk about how this might affect Jake's upcoming fights. Will other boxers be more hesitant to work with him now? Or will they see him as an easier target, thinking he's been shaken by the Tyson incident? And what about Jake's brother, Logan? He's been involved in the boxing world too. Some people are wondering if he might try to step in and smooth things over with Tyson. Or maybe he'll distance himself from the whole situation to avoid getting caught in the crossfire. There's also the question of how this will affect Jake's fan base. Will his supporters stick by him, or will this incident make some of them reconsider their loyalty? It's one thing to support someone who's stirring up drama for fun. It's another to back someone who's potentially gotten in over their head with a legend like Tyson. Some social media experts are predicting we might see a shift in Jake's online persona in the coming weeks. Maybe he'll try to play it off as no big deal, or maybe we'll see a more humble, subdued Jake Paul. Either way, it'll be interesting to watch how he handles this. There's also speculation about how this might affect Jake's relationships in the broader entertainment world. He's been branching out beyond just boxing, you know? Will this incident make other celebrities and brands more hesitant to work with him? Now let's talk about Tyson for a minute. This whole situation has really put him back in the spotlight. Some people are saying this is a reminder of why Tyson was such a force in boxing.
And they separate. The knockout coming in round one of this heavyweight fight. There it was.
Body blows, but he hit him with a quick left right there. It snapped the head back, and a lot of times you catch a guy on the right side of the chin.
Expected. He said he's not looking for the Tyson who fought McGillian Mathis. Here's a combination uppercut by Tyson. Tyson laying it on, pouring it on. Down goes Bruno into the rope.
Now let's take a look at how Tyson took care of business. Ducked under, a shot under the arm in the legs, and from here on out, a rain of punches which buckled Frank Bruno until he was helpless.
If you let Mike Tyson get that kind of leverage with that...
Not just his skills in the ring, but his intensity and the fear he could instill in opponents. There's been a lot of talk about Tyson's legacy lately, with all these exhibition matches and younger fighters calling him out. But this incident, it's like a reminder that even at his age, Tyson's still got that aura about him. He can still strike fear into people's hearts with just a look or a few words. Some boxing purists are actually praising Tyson for this. They're saying it's about time someone put these YouTuber boxers in their place, you know? Reminded them that there's more to boxing than just hype and social media followers. But others are worried this might escalate things in a dangerous way. Like, what if Jake doesn't back down? What if he tries to retaliate somehow? Nobody wants to see this turn into something really serious, you know? There's also been some discussion about the generational aspect of this whole thing. You've got Tyson, this old school boxing legend, clashing with Jake, who represents this new era of influencer boxing. It's like a collision of two very different worlds.
You versus Jake Paul, like this young YouTuber takes on one of the greatest heavyweight champions that's ever lived.
I'm the best ever.
That fight would be gigantic.
Let's do it, Jakey.
Jake Paul, he's taking on the baddest motherfucker that ever lived.
If Jake Paul's on the other side of the ring, he's gonna have a recognition. He's gonna look over and go, oh my God, that's really Mike Tyson.
I have one punch power. He has one punch power.
Some people are saying this incident highlights the growing tensions in the boxing world between traditional boxers and these new celebrity fighters. Like, is there room for both? Can they coexist? Or are we heading for some kind of showdown? Now let's talk about the impact on the broader boxing community. This incident has got everyone talking. Veteran boxers, up-and-coming fighters, promoters, fans, everyone's got an opinion on it. Some fighters are reportedly reaching out to Tyson, showing their support. Others are apparently distancing themselves from Jake, not wanting to get caught up in the drama. There's also been some talk about whether this might lead to stricter regulations in boxing, especially when it comes to these celebrity matches, like, should there be more oversight, more rules about who can challenge who? And what about the fans? This whole thing has really divided opinion. Some people are Team Tyson all the way, saying Jake had it coming. Others are defending Jake, saying he's just trying to shake up a sport that's become too set in its ways.
Who do you have winning this fight, and how do you? What do you
bro.
Absolutely.
I got Mike Tyson on the line.
So you have Mike Tyson. What do you think the outcome of this fight is going to be?
Mike Tyson all the way, bro. Mike Tyson all the way.
Winning this fight, and by what outcome?
Mike Tyson all the way. Legendary is gonna win by a knockout.
Let's go, Jake Paul! Mike Tyson!
Mike's gonna whoop his ass.
I think Mike is gonna do his thing. I'm going for the greatest of all time. That's Mike Tyson, bro.
It's interesting to see how this is playing out on social media. The memes, the hot takes, the debates. It's like the whole internet is buzzing with this story. It's really highlighted how boxing, maybe more than any other sport, lives and dies on these personal dramas and rivalries. Some people are even saying this could be a turning point for the whole influencer boxing trend. Like maybe this is the moment where it either goes mainstream for good, or where traditional boxing reasserts itself. There's also been some discussion about the mental health aspect of all this, like what kind of pressure does an incident like this put on someone like Jake? He's young. He's been riding this wave of success and attention. How does he cope with suddenly being on the receiving end of this kind of intensity? And what about Tyson? He's been open about his own mental health struggles in the past.
Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. And that's how it is. I was afraid for the Roy fight. I was scared to fight again. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was however old, 54, 53. And I said, let's do it. Anything I'm afraid of, I confront it. And that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality.
Some people are speculating about what might have triggered this alleged outburst. Was it just about Jake, or is there more going on? Looking ahead, people are really curious to see how this plays out. Will Jake address it publicly? Will Tyson say anything more about it? Or will it all just quietly blow over? Some boxing insiders are saying we should watch for any changes in Jake's training routine or fight preparations. Like, will this incident make him take things more seriously? Will he start showing more respect to the veterans of the sport? There's also speculation about whether this might lead to some kind of documentary or behind-the-scenes show.
Event of the summer.
The viewership that we'll get, it'll be the most viewed boxing match live in history.
People will tune in to watch that fight.
This is the biggest fight of the year.
Does Jake Paul have what it takes, or is he making a big mistake?
I think he's underestimating me. It's an all-out war.
You know how it is these days. Every bit of drama eventually becomes content, right? At the end of the day, this whole situation has really shown a spotlight on the changing face of boxing. It's this clash between the old and the new, between respect and showmanship, between athletic skill and social media savvy. Whatever happens next, one thing's for sure. The boxing world is watching. This could be a defining moment, not just for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, but for the whole sport. It's like we're all holding our breath, waiting to see what the next move will be.
And I can't wait for the night of the 20th.
I'm gonna make you my girlfriend.
I'm gonna make Mike my girlfriend.
I'm gonna make sure you kiss me good with those big lips.
You take into the ring a lot of rage.
But you've also never been punched by the most dangerous man in history.
Does it pose any problem to you?
It's a fight. Whatever happens, happens.
So yeah, that's the scoop on this whole Jake Paul and Mike Tyson situation. Wild stuff, right? It's like a reality show, but with boxing gloves. Who knows what's gonna happen next? All I know is, I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for any updates. This is the kind of drama that could change the game one way or another. What do you think about all this? Crazy times in the boxing world, huh?
The fight's coming up. You're training. Do you have any dislike for Jake Paul? Like, you want to teach him a lesson?
I will do just that, but dislike him? No, I don't. I do not have no grudges against him. He's beautiful, and no, it's not from that perspective. This is from my point of view of grabbing glory. You know, never for money, only glory.
I mentioned many details of this saga, but there's something else very huge that is happening in the wait for this fight. So check out this deep dive where I'll tell you other rumors that are buzzing in the boxing community. You will learn new shocking claims that are attracting people's attention. Click on the screen to watch the deep dive, and thanks for watching this video.